from a traditional perspective of the board of directors, how are you thinking about, is new management being put in place? If that were to happen, would that help solve some of the issues? How do you think about a current board of directors and how they then proceed?
Well, there's some huge unanswered questions. I mean, frankly, I don't think it's even entirely clear that this is essentially a financial deal, even though Musk has had to raise all this money to make it happen. Does he require Twitter to be a profitable company in future? I can't say for sure based on his tweets that he does. If he wants to withdraw from advertising, that's a significant thing. But I wanted to bring some other element in that I haven't really seen discussed. You know, the SEC has to approve this deal. Elon Musk is somebody who has been charged with securities fraud by the SEC because of his behavior on this very platform, and had to settle with them and agree to terms that, by some standards, he did not meet. So I do not think you can necessarily at all assume this deal will go through exactly the way Musk wants it to. I think the SEC could impose some conditions, and that I'm surprised not to have read more about that up to now.
Yeah, Liana,
so I just wanted to mention that.
Liana, you can weigh in here too. You've covered technology for such a long time, and I'm wondering, you've seen the Biden administration say no to deals already. So do you think that they will be receptive to letting through a deal like this one?
There's no overlap between Elon Musk right now, except him being a power user of Twitter with the asset. Even if you take into account his other assets, you mentioned SpaceX before and Tesla. So from a traditional antitrust perspective, I don't think there's anything they could do to block him. They might look into maybe the timing of him taking a stake and then buying it, those sorts of things. But will that block a deal? Probably not.
The ability of him to, as CEO, is also one thing that they have the right to weigh in on. It's not an antitrust question.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a very good point. And of course, it raises the issue, though, David, here of the idea of this really being kind of a political football now. We already know that Republicans in the House of Representatives, at least some of them, have already requested documents about the negotiation process here, I guess, to make sure that, at least in their minds, nothing afoul went with the way this was going.